we've been doing our daily pages, and I wanted to spice up my journal like collection the way it looks. I only usually journal in a blue journal because the first journal that I ever consistently wrote in was a blue one that my mom gave me, but I've decided that I want to venture out and try some other colors. So when I look at all my journals, they overarchingly will be blue, but there's going to be a pop of color in there here and there. I don't know if people have like a rainbow journal collection, but I think it would be so fun to do that. And I also feel like having a cuter journal up next for me to write in will be like an incentive for me to like write even more. And they actually discontinued the journal that my mom got me when I started journaling more consistently. Like, she gifted me the first one, which was like this blue one, I think from Ross, but then she got me the like a dotted journal when I don't even know, I think it was like my freshman year of college or something, and I fell in love with dotted journals, and the brand was Poluma, Poluma, and I used to order them all the time, but all of a sudden, like just this year, I went on Amazon to buy some more and they're discontinued. Like, they don't sell the dotted journal anymore. So I ordered from 2 different brands to see if they're going to be even similar. So I ordered this cute Bucka Bucka Bow Pow. Okay, if you get the reference, RIP NCT 127 mark is gone. If you know, you know. But I got a green one because I thought that would be so cute. Then I got this white one because that's fun too. And then I got this like fuchsia pink one. So they're all dotted journals, and I'm super excited to write in those after I finish. And then I got some of my favorite type of pens. I used to order them off of Shein, but we don't shop there anymore. So I wanted to see if Amazon had any dupes, and I think I have one of them. Yeah, right here. There's just these pens. I don't even know, like I said, I got these off of Shein, so I don't even know what the brand is, but they have this super, super fine tip. This is what a dotted journal looks like in the inside. So if you can see, I write in between these lines. So having a thin pen helps so much in doing it. And I also, if you're like curious of how I like store my journals and remember like when I wrote in them, I put the year, date, and when I started and everything on like the side of the journal. So when I go and look through my collection, I can see what years I wrote, and it's actually so, so fun. I don't think I have ever gone through and read through all my journals. I honestly think that would take me a really long time, but these are the pins from Amazon. Okay, let me compare them to the ones from Shein. These are literally twins. These are twins. I don't think you could tell the difference. This one I've used, so the ink is a little lower. Yeah, the ink is a lot lower. Oh gosh, the ink is like quite low if you can see up close, but okay, period. And then lastly, we got 1,000 annotation tabs because we're back to reading physical. I actually finished reading the Metamorphosis yesterday. I read it as like a kind of a reward before I started studying because I'm in finals for my, or midterms for my certificate courses. I'm only taking one right now, but the final, and I told you guys this class, like it's instructional design. It's actually really, really difficult for me because it's like all these different psychological, like I think perspectives on designing classes that people can understand. So it's a lot less intuitive than I thought it was going to be. So I read this, I finished reading it, and that was like my reward. And then I studied yesterday, but the ending of this was so crazy. Like, and I have no thoughts, but I told you guys in the last vlog, like how I've been annotating. And so I just like did this. So blue, sad, pink, I love, and then yellow is plot points. But I saw somebody do the same thing with the annotation tabs. So they just put like a good chunk of the tabs in the front, or I think they put them in the front of the book. So anytime they saw something that they wanted to tab, they just went and pulled from the front of the book instead of just having the annotation tabs by them, which I felt like made sense because if you're out in the go and you want to annotate, it's super extra to pull out all your annotation tabs or to bring your tabs with you. So if you just put them in the front of your book, it's a lot easier. I hope that makes sense, but maybe I can try that with you guys during this week because since I've finished reading the Metamorphosis, I don't know if I want to go straight into reading a classic or if I want to finish reading the To All the Boys I Loved Before series because I finished watching XO Kitty this weekend with my sisters. And now, since Laura Jean was in like 1 or 2 episodes, I miss Laura Jean so much. She's my favorite written YA female lead. Like, her backbone, strong. Like, she was such a strong-willed female lead, and she did not let herself get lost over a man, and I just really love that for her. And I also think it's just a really good role model for young women who watch romance and like love-centered shows, that like you can be a lover girl, you can be a hopeless romantic and not lose yourself in a man, and I love that representation. So I may read one of those. I started reading a novella on my Kindle, so I may read that too. I don't know what we're reading this week. Like I said, I need to finish my midterm for my class, so we shouldn't be really reading anything but my textbook, but God get it. God will do it. God will do it. hack I think I could give to anybody that's still in school right now: buy the textbooks that you are like having to buy for class. Like, actually buy them. Like, I know a lot of people rent them. I know a lot of people like will do like online versions of them. But if it's a textbook that is literally introducing like foundational but also like almost introductory work of the topic, 10 out of 10, it's going to be really useful for you to buy in the long run, because you never know when the next time you'll actually have to return to the subject and need a refresher on the information that possibly your notes just don't cut. Like, sometimes, especially in the field of like creative things, it's really helpful just to have a frame of reference for what you do, especially if you want to go and do it for a company or just a bigger like business outside of yourself. Making sure you have actual like kind of education curriculum based resources that you can say, oh no, like I make all my works based off on this principle that I was introduced by in this, because usually the books that you're also having to buy and read for class rather are based in some type of like academic principle and have some academic credits. So I would just say that that's my advice. I bought this one off of an online website I told you guys about before. This is not sponsored at all, but they're called World of Books. Yeah, this is not the current version that my class is using, but I still wanted to buy it because I literally, when I'm taking notes in the online version of this textbook, I'm like highlighting sections and sections because it's so many different things that I'm not aware of as like an English major. This is the idea and the instruction, or the idea and art of systematic design instruction for like classwork and coursework. So it's a totally different ball game. So I bought the book just for me to have, because a lot of the principles are really useful in teaching pedagogy and instruction. So yeah, it's teaching you how to build classes, but it's also teaching you how to teach at the same time. So I think that's super good to have. I was not an education major, so yeah, I bought this and I just wanted to give you guys that tip. But I was in my Bible this morning and I started reading Mark. So I'm in Mark chapter 1 right now, and I'm doing like 15 minutes with each section of the verses that I told you guys I'm doing, and I really have been loving that method. But I came across a verse this morning that I've read thousands of times, but it didn't stick out to me like until today. And it was just talking about how when Jesus called his first group of disciples, he called fishermen, and he called fishermen that were hardworking. And it really had me thinking that sometimes as a Christian, doing stuff for the kingdom feels unreasonably hard, but maybe, just maybe, it was meant to be hard. Like, maybe hard work is a part of being a Christian. And I was just thinking about all the work that sometimes you can do behind the scenes as a Christian, whether you are an usher, whether you are a choir member, a preacher, like, you know what I mean, all the different things. It just makes me, I don't know, it just made me think about the work that Christians do a lot differently, and maybe just be a lot more aware of like, just because I'm doing something for Christ doesn't mean it's supposed to feel easy, because hard work actually is a really big tenet in Christianity. It's hard work. It was hard work for Jesus to come down and love on all these people and then know that they would be the very reason he would be crucified. Like, that's hard work. It wasn't supposed to be easy. And so when I was reading that in Mark this morning, it just dawned upon me of like, maybe hard work is just in the day of a Christian, like in the life of a Christian, like that's just a normal endeavor, a normal thing that Christians participate in. Like, maybe hard work is just normal for us. And I kind of love that. But also, when I was reading too, it really reminded me about like all the scriptures you see and all the people that talk about the fact that to be a teacher of the word is a lot more difficult than like anything else, because you are held to a higher standard. But also how I think every baby Christian goes through a period where they think they're a teacher, and then you realize what your true gift is. And sometimes you don't need to have a name for your gift, you just know teaching ain't it. And I feel like that's where I'm at recently. Like, I don't think teaching by any means, teaching in word is my gift. I think teaching in life is, teaching in action is, like showing people how I live my days as a Christian. That's a form of teaching, but I am not teaching in like preaching in a pulpit, ministerial license, MDiv. I'm not that. And I love that sometimes the Lord just reminds me of like what my gift is and what I should be doing, and how that too is hard work. Wrapping it back around to Mark. Like, everything that you do for the Lord is hard work, because we are doing everything like we are doing it unto him, and hard work is going to give you excellent results. That was actually the most coherent, I think, little yapping session I've had with y'all in a minute. Maybe I'll think differently when I edit this, but that's my spiel right now. I'm doing some laundry because when the first of the month came, I was literally, I think it was like on a Wednesday, and so I was in the flow of my work week and I did not have time, so I'm doing it today on my day off. I'm doing laundry. I plan to vacuum my room, clean it up, and do all the things too, but I just wanted to yap with you guys really quick. But yeah, that's the update. said I was going to pick you guys up next time. I decided to read a book and annotate using the annotation tab. So here we are. I turned in a final this morning. I worked on it all last night, maybe like 4 hours last night, and then 3 more hours this morning. So I'm ready to get off a screen and read. I also did my Bible time. I've really been enjoying Mark. And this morning, like, I don't know why, I'm just noticing details that I haven't noticed before when reading Mark. And I think that's the beauty of reading the Bible over and over again. But it was the passage about Jesus basically healing someone and like exorcising a demon out of them, and then the demon being like, I know who you are, and Jesus was like, no, like, don't speak, don't say anything. And my commentary said that Jesus denounced the man, like the demon that was speaking through the man, because there's certain testimonies that you can't trust because they come from a bad source. If anybody says something like ill about your character, gives a false testimony about you, and you know they are not a good person, you got to do what Jesus did and say, actually, you don't have authority to speak over me because you're not a reputable source. Like, nobody, like, the way you act speaks for who you are. So don't speak for me, because then they're going to think I act like you act because you're trying to speak for me. But we're going to be reading Quicksand by Nella Larson. This is a book about an orphan of a white Danish mother and a black American father who is caught between cultures and in search of a home. I started reading this and it was not giving that at all. She was so far she's like a teacher at a school, and it's giving very much so dark academia. I think I literally got to like page 2, but it started with a Langston Hughes quote, which I was like, I love, because a part of this classics journey, I want to read black classics as well, because those are also classics. But back to literally why I picked the camera up, the annotation tabs. So I think I'm gonna do orange for plot points. I don't know if this book is gonna be sad, so I don't know if I want to do blue for sadness because I'm not sure. But basically I'm taking like half of this stack and I'm going to put it in the front of the book and then just title this like plot points. So I know when I go to annotate, these are plot points. And I don't know why I love this, but I got a pack of 1200, so that's why I'm able to use half the stack. So if you only got like a pack of like 100 or something, this probably is not going to be as feasible. But then let's see, pink for things I love. Should I do a baby pink or like this fuchsia? I think I'll do baby. Okay, I took a lot out of the baby pink stack because I feel like I'm going to love her writing. Why am I such a nerd? Like, I'm so excited to do this. Like, I'm literally like, yay, time to read. Okay, and then maybe I'll do green for whatever else I decide. I've seen some people do it where they do like several different, like 4 to 5 different stacks. I've only been doing 3 because I don't want to annotate this book so bad, but I also have a pen and I write in the margins when stuff comes up too. So like I told you guys before, I sometimes will just write about thematic things that I'm noticing. So if there's, for example, this is about like an orphan who is mixed race, so I'll probably like annotate a lot in the margins, just like discussions of race, just for my future reference to know like what the book is about too. But I'm gonna add a little bit more out of this stack. But I'm super excited to read this. Yeah, I tried watching a show, but I'm just not in the mood after literally working on my laptop all week at work and then working on it for finals. I just wasn't in the mood. So let's get to reading. Oh, let me write what the meanings are. Duh. See, I got too excited. Okay, and then the green, I don't know what we're going to use the green for, but let's get to reading. I'm so very excited.